Hi everyone, it's Fibro Advocate here, otherwise known as Shana, all the way from down under, just sending this video in for ME Awareness Hour. I know today's focus is on isolation, self-isolation, and obviously have a couple of years on my belt with that. So I've been self-isolating for about 7 years now. So I found at different stages throughout that period that what I was actually up to changed. So what I was actually physically able to do changed, which changed what I could do each day. So in the first couple of years, I couldn't even watch TV or read a book or do anything like that. So my focus then was on possibly listening to soft music. I think that's been a real help in the last few years as well for me. Music that's calming. Also, I was missing books because I couldn't physically hold them or manage the weight. So audiobooks have become a number one thing for me. I just find it so easy to listen and just be transported to another place. You know, even if it's for an hour or half an hour, it's just such a relief, and it does pass the time. Obviously, another one which is going to be big for everyone is Netflix and chill. I mean, from what I know, like there's Netflix, Stan, Hey You, Foxtel. I don't know if they do that over in the UK and that, but I have found in the last year or so that I've been able to watch in small doses TV programs or series. So I really enjoyed doing that, and that does pass the time when you're in isolation. And it's always fun to be able to, you know, get your carer or someone or yourself to pop some popcorn in the microwave and have a little bit of movie time. I've also found meditation with YouTube has been a big thing for me. So listening to meditations that actually talk about relaxing the muscles and things, and talks about just self-compassion, has been a really not only a good way to pass the time, but actually really good for, you know, self-development and being nicer to yourself, self-love. So that's another big one. I'm quite a creative person, so if I'm feeling up to it, which is a big if, unfortunately lately I haven't had a chance to do any of this, but I like to do arts and crafts, and I've had sort of in the last probably 2 years I've been able to do a little bit of card making. So using sort of stickers and pieces of paper, a bit scrapbooky / card making, and I just make them occasionally for the people who are really important in my life, or if I really want to cheer someone up, or there's a birthday or a Valentine's or things like that. So card making. The other thing is painting with numbers. Now, I'm a shaky person by nature, so I have a natural tremor, which is actually showing right now as the camera's moving. But I haven't started the painted by numbers, but I do have a complex paint by numbers there to try and do at some stage. The other thing, which I'm not sure if you can pick up locally or in your arts and crafts shops, they have sometimes cups and plates which have mandalas and pictures on them that you can actually paint and then pop in the oven for at a low temperature for half an hour or so, and then it cures it, and then you can use the plates from then on in, or the cups. My sister bought that for me a couple of years ago for Christmas, a plate and a cup set, and I've only just gotten around to starting off the cup, and I just do it in little fragments just as I'm up to it, because it does exhaust me, it does take it out of me. But any artsy craftsy stuff is a great way to pass the time. So yeah, there's painting, there's card making, there's scrapbooking, which I don't do but have delved into. Another one is singing, I find, if my voice is up to it, which goes hand in hand with listening to music. And the other thing is, and this may sound ridiculous, but I have difficulty with showering, and so sometimes I find that to pass the time in isolation, it's nice to, every few days or when I'm feeling up to it, is to put on some nice lotion, some nice hand lotion or body lotion on my arms and legs and chest area, and just allow the scent to make me feel calm and a bit pampered. Also along with that is like a cleansing skin routine, which I can never keep up with, daily cleansing routine. So when I feel well enough, it's always a good way to pass the time is by doing a cleanse, a scrub, maybe, well, I'll cleanse, a scrub, a moisturize, but that's not on a daily basis. But yet again, if you're up to it, I mean, self-isolation, it's a great way to pass the time. Otherwise, there's the usual talking to family members or friends, but obviously that depends on your spoons, and that takes a lot of energy as well. But that's other ways. The other thing that I find quite interesting is reading up on ME information, on new information on possible potential cures or things like that. Also, I find I have this little guilty pleasure watching makeup tutorials, even though I don't do makeup now and I don't wear it now, but I used to when I was well, and I used to be quite into it, and it was a nail technician as well, but so I get a guilty pleasure from watching people like Jeffree Star and Nikki tutorials, and they do makeup tutorials and talk about primers and things like that, and it's just nice to watch them sort of apply that, and I find it quite therapeutic. But that's, usually in 10 to 15 minute intervals, their videos. I'm not sure what else I'm missing. Otherwise, I think, for self-isolation, you do you at the end of the day. I know we're supposed to be suggesting things that, help others that are new to this, but at the end of the day, sometimes we just don't feel like getting up, or, and my pain specialist said to me recently, you know, if you have days like that where you're really exhausted and you just don't feel like you can get up, then it's okay every now and again to do that, as long as it's not a repetitive pattern. I mean literally, we do have to take into account being bedridden, but I'm talking like to go to the toilet as well and that, you know. It's just nice sometimes to take the day to yourself, spend it in bed, just resting, napping, catching up on sleep. So that's about all that I have from this end, and I've talked for long enough. Probably you're all probably bored, and if you're still with me, I really appreciate that. Anyway, I just want to send all my love to everyone everywhere around the world. If you're watching this, you know you're not alone. Know that, self-isolation is a bummer, and yes, we do have to do it. Often with no choice because of ME or fibro or other chronic illnesses. But yeah, people with the corona are now experiencing it, and that's terrible for them. But hopefully, if you're new to having ME or something, that this video has helped in some way. So hello to everyone, sending my love from Australia, and happy ME Awareness Hour. And a big thank you in advance to Hannah, who I know will forward this on at 5 a.m. Australian time or whatever, to meet the 8 p.m. ME Awareness Hour time in the UK. So if that made sense, Hannah, thank you. And I really appreciate it. And love to everyone. Thanks, and I'll be seeing you.